Another way to skip the Jiggy Jig is by grabbing a spawned Jiggy from a Jinjo and jumping into the water. However, this skip is unique in that Banjo will continue to hold the Jiggy even while swimming until re-entering the water. It's also possible to skip the Jiggy Jig skip by landing on any surface. This skip works in a few other levels, including Mad Monster Mansion, and Rusty Bucket Bay. Keep in mind, the Jiggy does not always fly up like in Mumbo's Mountain, making this trick harder to pull off. At the top of Spiral Mountain, you're forced into a cutscene with bottles right before entering Grunty's lair. This cutscene can be skipped by jumping up to just outside the activation area, then jumping over bottles onto the bridge. Keep in mind, the cutscene can still be activated with a bad jump or moving too far up. Normally, Digger's Tower's slopes cannot be climbed as Banjo and must be done as a Termite. However, using the slope abuse trick, it's possible to climb the tower as Banjo instead. Remember, you will only last about a second before slipping off a slope, so spend as little time as possible on the slope. This trick requires pretty tight timing, but can be made easier by stalling with the roll attack or bear punching. It's worth noting that Banjo is unaffected by the final slope in this tower. There are multiple versions of Banjo-Kazooie and not all of them are equal. If you have the US copy version 1.0, there are no restrictions on this trick. For European users with version 1.0, there is also the option of stomping through the floor. While difficult to pull off, this is a faster alternative. This trick does not work in version 1.1 and is the only documented difference between the two versions. This trick also does not work with the Xbox Live version. The Jiggy in Grunty's lair is also possible to reach without Termite in all versions of this game. These two skips together allow you to beat the game without transforming into the Termite only in version 1.0. It's possible to feed Leaky eggs without dropping down, but requires a very specific position. To do this, first zoom out and move to the crack to the right of the box formation as shown by Banjo. Next, line up Banjo's left arm with the right side of the bottle's molehill using the egg aim trick. Once lined up, hold left and poop 2 eggs. Keep in mind that while there are faster setups, this method is fairly consistent. After pooping the eggs, if you are able to talk to bottles before the Leaky text pops up, you can skip the bottles text with the cutscene. Even though the bottle's text is interrupted, you will still be granted access to the shock spring move. While Nipper isn't very difficult, it's possible to kill him very quickly. To do so, first set yourself up by lining yourself above Nipper's eyes without activating the text, zooming out, and entering Talon Trot. Note that this trick cannot be done if the text has been activated. Once behind Nipper's eyes, run off at full speed. You should not get hit. After running off, press B to cancel the text and immediately jump inside Nipper. Using L, R, and B to cancel the text may change the camera angle and disorient you. Once inside, use Rat-a-tat Rap facing Nipper's eyes, then alternatively mash A and B until Nipper is dead. You may get hit twice if you are not fast enough. To better understand what's going on, I've adjusted the graphics to a wireframe setting so you can see Banjo's position throughout this entire trick. By walking in between the crease of the floor and the incline, Banjo will never get hit by the spinning blades inside Clanker. You can go as slow or as fast as you want in this area. If you're quick enough, you can also grab the notes in this area without getting hit. While it is possible to complete this area without invulnerability, this move is very useful throughout the game and is not worth skipping. Seriously, don't skip it. In BubbleGloop Swamp, these huts can be used as a sort of stepping stone to traverse up them instead of destroying them. Simply go up to the center of the hut, jump to the next step, and use the rat-a-tat climb. A running start is not needed for these jumps. It's possible to clear these jumps with the first, second, and fourth huts. While it is also possible using the third hut, it requires a much more precise jump and is significantly more difficult.